Gary, how you doing? How was your week?
Um, did a lot of things.
Mm.
I had my interview. This is an interview for a company I've been interviewing with for the past 2 months, meaning like everybody in the company. They whittled it down to me and someone else, but I did not get it. They said I was
Mm.
more experienced, I was more qualified, that I was asking for less, which is weird because I think that I put a high thing on my salary requirements. Um,
Wait, they told you were asking for less?
yeah, yeah. But the 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 thing was,
Is this with the company that we've been
yeah,
talking about? Mm.
no. I told them they no,
No?
they told me no a long time ago. This is a separate
Mm.
company that I've been interviewing with for 5 months. Anyways, they told
That's
me
a long time to be fucking interviewing.
exactly interviewing and wasting my time. They told me that it just wouldn't work out, that there was nothing that I did wrong. But they said that you know, didn't work out.
Mm.
So I don't know. Tired of
Well,
these
either
tired of
it's
these
because
companies. I think so.
either it's because, and for the listeners, I'm pointing at the back of my hand.
Yeah, the darker part of his white.
Or maybe you just weren't a culture fit.
I don't know why I made them laugh with my answers.
That's it. They
The
didn't want to
guy
laugh.
would
They want
like,
to be serious.
no, the guy in their HR department would really call me all the time, ask me how the interviews went, and he said he really liked me and stuff. And I don't know. I think I was a culture fit, but you know, I don't know. Anyways, other than that, I watched Challengers, which is the sex movie from Zendaya, and that was very homoerotic and interesting. Like
Wait, what?
Challengers is the tennis
Mm.
movie from Zendaya, um, where she like has a threesome. Well, in the what you call it, the previews, it shows her about to have a threesome, but that threesome
Mhm.
never happens.
Mm.
And the
So you was run them up.
yeah, they
You
lied.
feel away because they bamboozled you, huh?
Yeah, they lied. Like we didn't get to see no titties, no dick,
Mm.
just a whole bunch of skinny white boys, and all they did was kiss. So
The boys.
yeah, the boys.
Mm. They didn't kiss the Zendaya.
Yeah, they kissed her, and then
Mm.
they kissed each other for longer. It was
Mm.
very weird.
Was this one of those threesomes where it's like, um, the guys want to have a threesome with a girl, but they really just want to fuck each other?
I don't know. I think that was heavily implied, but then
Mm.
they did have sex with each other, and one guy married Zendaya, and the other guy cheated on no, and then Zendaya cheated on him with the other guy. So it was weird. It was just stupid. It was a waste of my time, and the ending was weird, and it was just homoerotic the whole time. Like those boys liked each other. They should have just had sex. You
And this is
don't.
called Challenger.
Yeah, it just came out in movies and then it was just released on digital
Mm.
and it was dumb. I also saw Sasquatch Summer, which
Hmm.
is a movie about a family of Sasquatches.
Mm-hmm.
It plays like a National Geographic film without the narration. And I didn't like it at all. Like I remember there was a whole bunch of chatter about it via Sundance. And
Okay,
I
because I'm about to
did
say I've never heard about this movie.
yeah, it was a Sundance film because one of the people in the Sasquatch outfits was like really famous. Um, but but yeah, it wasn't good at all. It was just a lot of poop jokes, and the guy kept trying to rape the girl's Sasquatch, and she wasn't happening.
Oh,
She
wow.
wasn't happening, and then the 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 everybody just kept dying in horrible ways, and it
Hmm.
was just dumb. Um, I'm still not playing Dragon's Dogma 2. I think I gave up. I don't see what Gordon was talking about. I need to ask him actually if he's still playing it because it's not resonating with me. I haven't picked it back up since I first got it. But what I am playing is V Rising, which is another game. Um, this game, you're a vampire in this medieval world. Well, uh, it's like steampunk kind of. And yeah, you're a vampire, but like the part and that's the part that they tell you. The part they don't tell you is that this is like a castle building game first. Like you have to get all these stupid resources and farm all this stupid stuff to get all this resource to buy your to build your castle, and then you have to get all these upgrades for your weapons. And you can't fight the next boss, and it's just so tedious. And then like so you be all the way across the map, but you can't use the teleport things if you have something in your inventory. Like it won't let you teleport. And that's dumb. Like, why won't it let you do teleportation? DeMarcus, you're muted, of course.
While you're holding, you can't teleport while you're holding any items, period.
Period. Well, I don't think it's like all items, but like all the items that you need for your castle, you can't like you can't teleport with them. So of course I'm cheating through this game, and it's like it's still so tedious. It's very tedious. Like I don't get how anybody will like this stupid game at all. But yeah, I have been playing that. I don't think I'm gonna finish playing it. Did you see? Well, you probably did see it, but Demon Slayer came back.
Yeah, I did see. Well, I watched the first episode, but I went to see the Demon Slayer movie too. So it was all stuff I've seen already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. So Demon Slayer came back. It's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a good
Hmm.
season.
A
I,
training arc.
yeah. Did you see My Hero?
With the American lady. The way
Yeah.
folks was hyping her up, I thought she was going to be around a lot longer.
No, no, no. She came in with, but her power, like that's a high power though.
I mean, it was dope, but it was like, damn, we just now starting to see what she can do, and that's over. Okay.
Mm-mm. She came in with.
Hmm.
She literally came in with. Um, but yeah, that's how my week is going. Just a whole
Okay.
bunch of disappointments and Sasquatch pooping on pavement.
But you
Anyways,
enjoyed My Hero, right?
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good to see the stuff that I read in the manga visualized for real. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's good. It's good. It's good.
No,
Yeah, so how are you doing?
I'm doing
Is that
good.
I feel like I'm missing something, but
Mm. I'm doing good. My week was pretty straight, pretty productive
mhm.
at work. Let's see. Um, went to this. I played Avatar Legends earlier this week. That was pretty fun. Um,
So what happens when you die in that game? Like, can you be restored?
you can be, but like you don't die like you would in D&D, like reach zero hit points. It's when you are not too far out of balance. That's when your character dies, and they don't necessarily die. They're just like off doing not just off doing crazy shit in the world, and you just can't play with their character no more.
Mm, okay.
Yep, yep, yep. So, because you know the whole thing with the Last Airbender is like, oh, you need to be in balance with yourself, your physical, your spiritual, and mental. It's all about maintaining the balance of the world and stuff like that. So we ran into Azula, um, not in this last game, but in the game before. And she's trying to find like because we're playing in a time right after the 100 Years War. So Aang is like maybe a teenager, so he's probably like 16. Um, he's famous. Everybody knows about him. Everybody knows he's the last Avatar. Everyone knows he defeated Fire Lord Sozin. But a lot of things from that time are still in effect. So like there are no dragons because the Fire Nation was hunting all the dragons. Um, Azula was in like jail or something, or in like an insane asylum. Iroh is dead. Um, Zuko is the Fire Lord, and he has like one dragon. So like my character's thing is like they belong to a family of fire benders who are supposed to be like dragon caretakers. They sort of lost their purpose for the during the 100 Years War because the Fire Nation started hunting dragons. So it was like, why we have y'all raise them? Um, and then But then, like, so while during over the course of the game, we figure out that there's like one dragon egg somewhere in the world, and we got to go. And my character's like, all right, we got to go get it. And when we go and get it, that's when we run into Azula. She broke out of this like insane asylum and brought all the inmates with her. And they like half her group is like trying to take over the city the game takes place in. The other half is like at Toph's metal bending academy, and that's where the dragon egg was. So we also ran into Toph, had a little scuffle with her, and then we like buried Azula on the ground after we stole the dragon egg from her, or took the dragon egg before she could get it.
So you're a firebender.
Mm-hmm.
Can you lightning bend?
Not yet,
Hmm.
but I do have a dragon now.
Hmm. So you have a dragon. Does your other companions have an animal friend?
Mm. Well, I got two now because I got the dragon and I have a Komodo rhino.
Okay, so you just have a whole zoo.
My character likes animals.
All right.
Mm. Another guy has like a flying lemur, but he's an earthbender.
Okay, that
But he
doesn't.
like styles his character after like an airbender. He like his earthbending character is like an air acolyte, and he just like really interested in like airbending culture.
Okay, that's
So,
interesting.
like an otaku, but for airbending.
Okay, yeah, all right.
um,
Very interesting.
yeah, another guy's like a waterbender from the military. Another guy's like a tinkerer or in inventor, but he's like a thief. And there's another inventor. And it's funny that the two characters that are inventors, they're actually related in real life. Like one guy's the other one's uncle.
So can you be like a person in this avatar world who doesn't have, powers?
Yeah, I just said two people are inventors. They don't have any bending.
Oh, okay. So like how do they like function in this game?
They got like gadgets and shit.
Okay,
Same
cool.
way they
Cool.
worked in the show.
Okay,
I
cool,
think
cool,
one guy
cool.
got like a net gun, and that's like his main thing. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot him with my net gun." Actually, his main thing is like talking to people. He like, "Oh, tell me your problems." He's like, "You seem like you're out of balance. Let me help you."
Hmm. Hmm. Are
Hmm.
you a talker or are you like a
My
stick
character
my
does
animals on them?
I think my character does a lot of talking. Like he's like kind of the face of the group.
Hmm.
Because like whenever we run into somebody, my character starts talking first. Um,
Well, you need to give somebody else a chance.
I do. Because I often think about that. I was like, I don't want to take up the whole space at the game table, so let me be quiet for a second.
Hmm.
Excuse me. So yeah, I think we have a good time.
Okay, so you're playing Avatar, still the
Avatar
tabletop role
Legends.
playing game, and
Yep. It's pretty fun. Um, I had the pool tournament that my team earned our way into Saturday. Um,
okay,
that was pretty
and
dope. They didn't even play me, bro. They did not even play me. Yeah.
They already knew.
No, I mean because like we don't get to just be like, all right, here are the players. We do get to decide which players we're going to play, but it's based on like skill level. So if we
Mhm.
put up a skill level 3, the best thing is to have someone close to that skill level play them, like the same or close to it. Because
Mhm.
a skill level 3 might need 5 points to win a game, but a skill level like 6 might need like 52 points to win a game.
Mhm.
And each ball is worth like 1 point essentially. So, if everyone got one ball in back to back every time they took turns, the 3 would win. The 3 would beat the 6 every time because, you know, they need more points.
Mhm.
That's not how it actually shakes out. Like usually, if you're a better skill level, you go on more runs, but still, if I'm a 1 and I'm playing a 6, all I gotta do is make like one ball every rack and I'm gonna beat them.
So you are one.
No, I'm a 2.
Okay.
But yeah, so they didn't play me just because like the skill levels didn't work out that way.
Sure.
We get
Sure.
like our last put up was a 3. We put up a 3 because in the like we had like a practice table and we had been warming up and stuff and he was pretty hot on the practice table. So it's like, all right, we'll put him up. And then they put up a 2 and we was in sudden death. So like all the balls were worth double the points. So a ball that's worth 1 point is 2, and a ball that's worth 2 points is now 4. And that's what kind of threw the game for us
Mm.
because the dude he made like a 4 point ball, and then on the next break he made two 2 point balls, and that was half the points he needed to win the game right there.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, we was like, damn. But we still won some money up out of it. I think we ended. I looked at the thing earlier today. We were like 13th place in the league. I don't know out of how many, but yeah.
Hmm. Well, that is very interesting.
Hmm.
I
Oh,
can
and I
oh,
saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes last night.
all right. How's that?
Hmm. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Hmm. I went with my ex though, and she fell asleep. So, but I knew she wasn't.
That's all I need
I
to
knew
know.
she wasn't. She's not as into like action movies as I am.
It's an action movie.
Yes, I mean it's like an action adventure movie. Yeah,
Okay.
she likes more like horror and like drama.
Wow. So there's no Caesar. It's set in a
No,
post-apocalyptic world.
um,
Um, and
sure. Like it's supposed to. I guess it's post-apocalyptic for humans,
okay.
but for the apes, they're like, yo, we living.
So like they live in like a Wakanda city or something.
Nah. Like the apes that we're first introduced to, they live in like a village. Um,
Okay.
and they don't really have like any like advanced technology. Like all they like dwellings and stuff are made out of wood. They like raise eagles, and that's like part of their whole thing. They call humans echoes, and then um, yeah, and then like they leave that like their little part of the forest. And then they find out like, oh, echoes are actually humans. They found out about Caesar because when they first start talking about him, they start the movie with Caesar's funeral, and then they skip like a whole bunch of generations ahead, and don't nobody remember who he is no more for real, except for like there's one group of people that are like the Order of Caesar, who's like the religious uh body, the religious organization around Caesar. They remember who
Hmm.
he is. Like, oh, Caesar was like the great, like a great ape, and he was the first elder, and he, led us into the promised land or whatever. And there's
Okay.
another group of apes that do have like some technology and stuff. Like they got like little electric spears, um, and they're trying to break their way into they got like bombs and stuff too. They're trying to break their way into this like human settlement to get all the knowledge and weapons within.
Mm.
Um and so like they also remember Caesar too. And so like whenever they like they'll be killing folks and they be like hail Caesar and then they'll kill you or like, in the name of Caesar or something like that. So like the religious group is like, oh, like they twisted Caesar's words, they're not real followers.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the leader of like the technological age, he's like, I'm the new Caesar.
All right. It still doesn't sound interesting, but I'm
It was,
giving
I
you
mean, it
that
was
though.
good. It was good. If you like the Planet of the Apes movies, it's real good.
No,
Because
I
like
didn't.
humans are like they treat the human for the most part, they treat humans like pests
Hmm.
because like the humans can't talk and they just run around scavenging and stealing. And then they figure out there's like this one group of humans that can still talk.
And they're like, wow.
And they're like, yeah, like the first time I see a human talk, like, they like drop everything in their hands. They're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like humans can't talk?
Yeah. I saw Godzilla versus Kong um this
Hmm.
this weekend.
How was
It
that?
not good. Not good,
I didn't
but
think it was gonna be good. That seems
yeah.
like a real kid, like two big monsters fighting kind of movie.
No, it should have been like the whole
Hmm.
movie, two monsters fight each other, but
Hmm.
it was like intertwined with all this dramatic human stuff that nobody asked for, needed, or
Mm,
wanted. So it
mm,
just needed more monsters, a lot
hmm.
more monsters. All right. So DeMarcus, I have nothing I can think of to put them onto this week. Do you have
Mm.
anything?
Something to put y'all on to. I might have mentioned this before, but if you haven't played a Dungeons and Dragons board game, definitely go check those out, man. I'm playing Wrath of a Shardalon, but there's a bunch of different ones. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick. Um, but yeah, they hella dope. Easy to teach, easy to learn. So if you ever want to like get into D&D, but you didn't want to like play a 4 hour role playing game, you can play this like 1 hour board game.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's Wrath of a Shardalon, Lords of Waterdeep, Castle Ravenloft? Coast of Castle Ravenloft? What does it say? Castle Ravenloft, yeah. But yeah, it's a few different board games out there. Check them
So
out.
it's a board game, so you don't develop your character at all.
Your character can level up one time,
Okay, that's lame.
but you don't really need to. And it's not lame. It's actually hella fun.
All right. All right, so let's go.
I'll bring it home with me one day, Jared, and we can play it.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's go ahead, take a quick commercial break.
We ain't gonna
And
welcome them to the show. They don't even know what they listen to. They just been listening to two random dudes talking. We ain't said the name of the show or nothing.
do
Who
you
are
want to?
you? Who am I?
All right, DeMarcus, what you have told me on this podcast is that people have been listening to this show. If they don't know who we are by now, then they need to turn away to
Jared, you
another
don't
show.
never listen to nothing I say on this podcast. So why start?
Because you're DeMarcus, you are consistent. You say one thing one week, the second thing the next week, then the third thing the third week.
Jared, you're
So
not consistent. Because we'll make a
I'm
decision about how we running this show, and then a guest will come on and you throw all that shit out the window.
well, you have to be mindful of the guest. What?
No, I'm saying it's stuff like, all right, we do the cold open and then we introduce ourselves and the
Okay.
guest, and then we'll start the show, and then we, introduce the show, break, and then the activity. You'll be
Okay.
like, as soon as we have a guest on, you'll be like, hey, welcome to Black Geek Energy. We got a guest, and this is the person. I'm like, that's not what we talked about. That's not how we said we were going to do this.
So when we have a guest, we have to change things for the benefit of the guest. We
But
don't change anything major. We just
but if
change.
we talked about ahead of time, this is how we're going to
Okay.
run the show with and without a guest. We
But,
don't.
but,
Why do we
but
have to change it once the guest is on if we already have a plan?
because we got to make them comfortable. We have to make them comfortable.
Jared, just admit you don't be paying attention to the operation sheet, and you just be doing this shit off the fly.
I have the operation
Just do
sheet
it off the fly.
open. I have the
You
operation
you
sheet
you
open.
don't even look at it.
I mean,
That's
for the
that's
first
twice
two
the
weeks,
shame because
for
you
the
got it
first
open
two
and you
weeks, I
don't even
looked
look
at it.
at it.
Okay. Well, since we want to discuss things, let's talk about these Chat
No,
GPT
no, we over
questions that you
time
have,
now.
because I'm still
We over
mad.
time.
No.
We
I
over
tried to go
time.
to
Welcome
commercial.
to
You
Black
wouldn't
Geek
let me.
Energy.
No,
My name
no.
is DeMarcus.
No.
And the D is
You
for
said, what
D
is
is for
the
read the
most
damn
famous
operation
game
sheet.
by
His name is
Pac-Man?
Jared.
And the answer was Pac-Man.
And the red is for ridiculous.
You said that, DeMarcus. You.
All right. We will take a quick break and we'll be right back,
What's the
y'all.
D for?
BGEN.
What did you say the D was for?
Read the damn operation sheet.
Oh my God. BGE commercial? It's Jared here, and before we go more in depth with our geeky discussions, I want to talk to you about something important. Life's an epic quest, full of twists and turns. But guess what? We got a partner for you in this adventure, BetterHelp. You heard it right. BetterHelp.com will connect you with a licensed therapist who gets it. Whether you're battling real life feelings or just need someone to chat with, BetterHelp is your quest guide. So, fellow geeks, go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod. As a listener, you get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/BGEpod. Because leveling up your mental health is just as important as saving the universe. BetterHelp, because even heroes need support.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. This is Black Geek Energy with your two favorite hosts, me, DeMarcus, and over there's Jared. And we get this thing started with a game like we always do, a little activity, something to tease the mind. Feel free to play along at home and then comment. Let us know if you got it right, you got it wrong, how many points you got, and if you beat Jared.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. First game, the game we are playing today is called Cream of the Crop. We ain't played this one in a minute, so we're running it back. I'll let y'all know the rules. DeMarcus finds and or curates a list of 10 items. And these could be anything from anime characters, top most popular specials, special moves, movies, comic books, anything else. Jared has to guess the top 5 things with 6 guesses.
Oh my God, I
Each
hate
answer is
this so
worth the number of
much.
points, and Jared needs 10 points to win.
This is the game where you find these answers on the dark web, these lists on the dark web, and then you say, in my mind, I think this is correct and this is not correct, and it's nothing having to do with anything. All right, DeMarcus.
Jared, when we started these games, I explained that for all the games, I am the judge, jury, and executioner. I am the creator and the deliberator and the awarder of points. So if you
DeMarcus,
want a chance at any of these games, it's best you stay on my good side.
DeMarcus, you really had a cream of the crop list that was like the best anime, and it said something, and then Hunter Hunter was on there, and like Sailor Moon was not. So,
Jared,
let's do this, I guess.
I'm not going to sit here and explain why the lists are as they are. These are the lists.
I mean, they're misogynistic lists. So
And either
let's
you deal with it,
let's get that out the
have
way.
more women watch anime, bro. I don't know.
DeMarcus, more men watch Sailor Moon than women.
I don't disagree with that. But apparently more men watch Hunter x Hunter, or more people in general watch Hunter x Hunter than Sailor Moon. But that's not what this list is about. Anyway, this cream of the
that's a lie.
crop.
They're actually bringing the old Sailor Moon back to Toonami's at 5 o'clock on Toon Network.
They're
So
bringing a
that's
bunch of
lie.
shit back to the old Toonami thing, bro. So that's not even a good that's not
And
even
have you seen Sailor
a good
Moon
leg to
in
stand on.
Tokyo? Sailor Moon's all over Tokyo.
I'm not. This ain't Tokyo. This is America.
All right. But you
And this is
said
a world
worldwide.
list. This is a global list, not just Tokyo. All right. In the theme of today's episode, Jared, today's cream of the crop, you are going to try to guess the top five most popular Yu-Gi-Oh cards from the anime series.
All right. Okay.
You have six guesses.
Can I use Google? Well, I guess not.
No, of course not. This is from your brain.
Oh, God. I
You
don't
have
know
six
these
guesses.
masters. Okay.
Whenever you're
Uh,
ready, start
all
naming
right.
some cards.
All right. Blue
And
eyes,
to
white.
help you out, they're all monster cards.
I,
No
I
special.
don't know no trap cards. I
There are
don't
no
know
special.
no trap. All right. So, blue eyes, white dragon.
Hold on. Let me. Okay. And this list is coming from Screen Rant, y'all. Okay. Blue Eyes.
White dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mecha blue eyes, white. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No,
Mecha.
no, no. The
You
last
want to put them on there?
episode. No, no, the last
Mecha Blue
episode
Eyes?
came into this episode. Okay, so uh Dark Magician.
Okay.
Um okay. Exodia.
Mm-hmm.
Um the little brown guy that's that starts with a K. You Demarcus, don't look at me like that. The little brown thing. The brown, he's like a brown ball thing.
You talking about Karibo?
Yes, Karibo starts with a K. Yeah, see, you knew exactly who I was talking about. Okay. Um, Dark Magician Girl.
Mm. That I feel like you pulled that one out your ass.
No, I know Dark Magician Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right, now it's gonna get difficult.
You
How
got
many
one
do
more
I?
guess, bro.
Oh, one more. Okay, okay, one more. Okay. I'm just gonna say the Red Eyes Dragon.
Red Eyes?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I'll read back your answers. You let me know if you want to change anything, okay?
All right.
We got the Blue Eyes White Dragon coming in at number one.
Well, no,
Dark
that's not my
Magician.
number one answer. That's just an answer.
It doesn't matter what order you say your answers. It matters what
Okay.
order they appear on the list.
All right. I thought they were Wade or something.
Nope. You're all good, bro. All right.
Okay. Why do
Blue
I
Eyes
get
White
so
Dragon.
nervous?
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
My
Dark
layers.
Magician.
All right. Dark
Exodia.
Magician.
Karibo. Dark Magician Girl. Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, it is called the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Do you want to change it?
No. I mean, I don't know any. I literally do not know any more
Any
drag,
more cards?
any more cards that are
Okay.
popular.
Okay. Sounds good, Jared.
All right.
All right, cool.
So, so
Going back through my list,
yeah, the list you got from the dark web. Let's do it.
Screen Rant is a valid source for geeky content. So shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Coming in at number one, we have Obelisk the Tormentor.
I don't know.
I'm not mad at the Egyptian god cards being hella popular because when they hit the scene, folks was really they was gawking after them. But coming in number two, you got Karibo, bro.
I
Look at you.
told you in
Look
word.
at
I
you.
told you in word.
Look at you. Karibo.
I
All right.
knew it.
Number three. Mm, you're gonna be mad. Number three is the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, not the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, I should have said like Mecca, blue eyes, wear
But
blue
I'll give you a
eyes.
point for it because I don't see why the Blue Eyes White Dragon is not on here. So I'll give you a point for that one.
Exactly. Thank you. Oh, okay. DeMarcus has a heart today. Oh my God.
I think we're at number four. Yeah, number four. Number four is the Dark Magician Girl.
Hey.
I feel like this
Okay.
list was made by like a horny incel because they
Hmm.
want the most powerful dragon and they want the girl.
Yeah. The dainty girl.
That's what it feels like to me. Number five is the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Jared, look at you. You knew some of
Mm-hmm.
these.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Number six, Slifer the Sky Dragon. The Egyptian gods coming back in hard.
All right.
You didn't remember those. Did you watch
No.
the season up to that point?
In the 90s when it was on.
It was also on in the early 2000s. But okay. Um, where we at? Number seven? Number seven is Exodia, the Forbidden One.
I said that. I said that.
This, like, I feel like this card only really showed up in the first episode and never came back. Like, yeah, that was number seven. Number eight is the Dark Magician.
Okay. I did that one too.
hmm
So I won.
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
won.
did.
I won.
And number nine is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So I didn't even have to give you a point for that one because it was on the list.
So I got two. 2 points.
hmm And number 10, the number 10 most popular is the Winged Dragon of Ra, the last Egyptian god card. I get that why this was number. I get why this one is like the least popular Egyptian god because I don't even remember what it does. Like I don't remember what its special effect is
Yeah, me
because I
neither.
remember the other two. I think this is like, and it comes out in a ball, and like you can't use it for a few turns or some shit. It was like this card is real fucking annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like Obelisk is like he can just grab a monster and just add his power to his own. Slifer, the more cards you have in your hand, the stronger he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this one is supposed to be like in the cartoon, the Winged Dragon of Ra is supposed to be the most powerful Egyptian god card, which is real crazy.
Yeah, I did good.
hmm
So I won.
But then, you need 10 points to win. I think it's gonna be kind of tight, Jared.
You said I needed
I think it's gonna
6.
be
No, you said I needed
you
5.
need you need 10 points in six guesses.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. And each thing is 2 points. Okay.
I didn't say that. I never said each thing was 2 points. They're worth fewer points the further down the list they are.
DeMarc. Okay. Keep going. Oh, so that was the whole list?
So yeah, that was the whole list. So like the top two are worth 3 points each.
Oh my
Because you only need to guess the top five. So you're able if you guess one, two, three, four, five, you'll have way more than 10 points.
God. Okay.
But usually you'll guess like one,
We
five, six, seven,
we
eight, nine,
not doing we not doing
10.
usually. We not doing usually. So how many points do I have this time?
This time you have two, four, seven, eight, nine. Jared, you just barely got in there. You got 10 points. That blue eyes eked you in by the skin of your teeth.
Okay.
You
All right, good. I'm glad I'm glad I won. Glad I won.
safe
All
for another week. You got bragging rights.
right, great. So I just want to ask you, what is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh like type of card to play with?
Type of card, or if I have to pick like monster, spell, or trap card.
No, I mean like
What is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh
dragons,
card, period?
magician, favorite fairies
I think my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card
type of card
is
species.
oh, you said like say it again, say the types again.
Like I don't know, like monsters, fairies, dragons, magicians,
Mm.
mechas.
I would have to say my favorite card is like a dragon type card. Because you know I used to have that whole dragon deck back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That when we used to lose some 9-year-olds
Yeah, well,
on them early Saturday mornings.
you know, that's the way love goes. My
hmm
um my favorite card is fairies. Fairies, most definitely. And my
Hmm.
favorite card was that card that like you play it and then you could control all dragons on the field. That was
I
my
don't remember
favorite.
what card is that.
It's a fairy card. I don't know the name of it. It was like a fairy
Was it
card.
also a band card?
No, it wasn't a band card.
Because the title of today's
Demarcus,
episode is Yugi cheats at Duel Monsters, but Jared also cheats at Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card
Demarcus,
game.
Demarcus, let me just tell you, you always tell the story about how I play with band cards. Demarcus, I didn't know I was playing with a band card until we went to that comic book store.
Jared, that's like saying I didn't know I was speeding until the police pulled me over.
Okay, well, I did. I
You
have
still get
never.
the ticket either way.
Okay, Demarcus, but I did not consciously go into that store, that tournament, looking
You
to
didn't check
cheat.
to see if it was banned.
I didn't know there was a band list.
Yes, you did. We
No,
definitely
I
knew there was a banned
didn't.
list because
No,
we
I
looked up the
didn't.
rules for the tournaments before we joined the tournaments.
You looked up the rules for the tournament because you went. I had never. I was just along for the ride. I never been before. It's like, oh, we're gonna play it with other
Neither
people.
had
Okay.
I. And we both looked up the
No,
band
we
list.
did not both look up the
Yes, we
rules.
did.
You looked
We
up the
looked at it
rules.
together.
And Demarcus, if you knew about this ban list, why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know every card on the band list. I,
Okay, and I
I,
do no
I
cards
just
on the
checked my
ban
deck.
list.
I just checked to make sure none of my cards was banned in my deck, like I thought you would. But you're not an
No.
honest person or an honest gamer, so I
Yes,
understand
I
why you
am.
did it.
Demarcus,
I understand why
I
you
have
did it.
never I didn't even know
Jared,
about
this
the
is
ban
not
list.
about me and you. This is about
Well,
you.
I just want to say you need to stop telling those lies on this
But
podcast.
Jared, you just said it's the truth. You said you did use banned cards and you
Yes,
didn't
I
know.
did
And your
use a ban
excuse,
card that one time, but I did not know that that
your
card was
excuse
banned.
is that you didn't know they were banned.
No, my reason is I didn't know
It's
that
an
the card was
excuse.
banned. It's a
It's an
reason.
excuse.
It's a reason
It's an
because
excuse.
okay, it's a reason because I didn't fight the card being banned. I just didn't know, and then I looked on the website. I was like,
It's
oh,
an
okay,
excuse.
that's
And I
cool.
wouldn't put it past you to have known that card was banned, and you say, I'm gonna use it anyway until somebody else says it's banned.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, that's just a card that I
That's what
used.
I think you did. I'm adding that to the story.
No, Demarcus.
Jared knew the card was banned, but he was like, ain't
Wow,
nobody else gonna know. So
that's
until
not
somebody
it.
else says
No,
that is banned, I'm gonna just keep using it.
Demarcus,
And
my whole
I didn't even know. Like me and Jared was like facing each other in this tournament, and like we were like 80% through our duel, and then somebody came over and was like, hey, this card's banned. This card's illegal.
yeah,
And I'm down to like my last 500 life points out of like 4,000. And then the judge come over, he's like, oh, just like throw the card out and keep on going. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
this card has pretty much ran this whole fucking duel. Like, this
Well,
shit is
I
unfair.
don't think I was playing. I was playing some other guy.
Nah, you was playing me.
I was
Because
playing
I
some
remember
other guy.
I was like, damn, I was like, it's too late for me to turn this duel around, even though this card is now, even though he's just lost that card. Like, there's nothing I can do. And then the very next duel you played, you lost. And you lost fast as fuck. And I was like, good.
First of all, I say I didn't know that card was banned. And second of all, my deck was built around the purpose of defeating you, Demarcus. So if that card was an essential part of my deck of defeating you, then of course I
Mm-hmm.
would lose. Of course. Because that was the purpose of that deck. Defeating you and your dragons. My fairies would defeat you and your dragons.
Why did you make your deck to defeat me specifically?
Demarcus, who else was I playing?
Because I was whooping that ass every other time we played.
No. No,
Yes.
you weren't. No, you weren't. No,
Yes.
you
Because
weren't.
if that wasn't the
No, you
case,
weren't.
because if Jerry, you were beating me without doing all that, you wouldn't have felt the need to customize your deck specifically to beat me if you stood any chance before, but you didn't. So you was like, I
Demarcus,
can't
you
keep
were the
losing.
only person I played in real life if I wasn't online.
We also
You
played Lorante and we also
Oh
played
my
Lauren.
God,
What are you talking about?
Lorante, Gordon, Lauren, those people were like
And we played
peons.
Gordon.
Those people were
Yeah.
peons in compared to us. Those people were
They were
peons in
what?
compared to us.
They were what?
They were peons in
Our
compared to
friends,
us.
our very best friends in college were what?
Yes, yes. Our friends, when we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, they were peons in compared to us.
They were
We
peons.
we were the Yu-Gi-Oh masters in your little
They
apartment.
listen to this podcast, right?
And they know they're not going to argue against them being peons when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh. We were the masters. Okay, we held down
Mhm.
everything. So if I was playing against you, my deck was specifically built to obliterate you, and that's what I did against you each and every time. Every time. That's all I
No,
wanted to do
Jared.
was beat the
It was
Marcus.
only for like it was only that one day too. That one day
Are
that you
you
used
serious? Are you
that one day that you used
serious? Oh
that
my God. Are you so the only
that
time I
Democ was
beat
it?
you, the only time I beat you
Dark
was
that Black
when
Magician of
I
Dark Chaos or something like that?
yeah, Dark
Whatever
Magician
that
of Chaos. So the only time I beat you
hmm
was at the tournament. That was the only time I beat you.
That was the only time you was like beating the shit out of me.
DeMarcus, that's a bold face lie.
Any
That's
other
a
time,
bold face
it was
lie.
any other time it was a battle, unless you was using illegal cards.
That's a bold face lie, and you know it. Bold face
Shit,
lie.
let's run it back, Jared. Get your fucking deck. Let's run it back. Log on to the goddamn dueling network. Let's run it back.
Where is it? Do I have? Okay, no, all right, Demarcus, because
Anyway,
you are just lying with your whole chest right now.
anyway, similar to how Jared cheats at Duel Monsters, Yugi also
Wow,
cheats at Duel Monsters.
wow.
And if y'all remember watching Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, Yugi at the in the nick of time will pull out whatever the card was that he needed to win a fucking duel. And you know how other than plot armor, it was bullshit. Um, but Jared and
That's
I, like as y'all just heard, me and Jared we played Duel Monsters. We played Yu-Gi-Oh for a while. So Jared, if you would you mind explaining the rules to the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game
see, we be trying to
as
be on
best as you can
time
remember
limit.
them,
I
as best
remember
as you
it.
can remember them.
I mean, wow. There are multiple phases. Uh, basically, what you do, Demarcus. Okay, in dual in Duel Monsters, you try to defeat the other. You not be like that. In Duel Monsters, you try to defeat the other opponent. And you have 8,000 life points. And
Is it
there are
eight
most
thousand?
yeah, it's 8,000.
I thought it was four.
It's eight.
Okay, all right.
And there are multiple different cards and multiple phases where you can use these cards. There are monster cards, which you heard, and they all fall into a separate class. They have separate um, play styles associated with those monster cards. And to enhance and augment that play style are various trap cards and magic cards, which can hinder your opponent or which can help yourself. So the goal is to put your opponent in a prediction where their life points are in danger by either defeating all of their monsters or you can attack their life points directly. And every time that you defeat a monster, then that also attacks their life points. That was just a simple fifth grade version of this game. It's very
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. You don't have to have like no advanced degree like on what's that on Jujutsu Kaisen to understand it.
Mm. Oh yeah, them
But
powers
it
be complicated as fuck.
yeah, it does get kinda like I can't do it on this podcast right now. I had a shot, so yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, I mean, for the that's he said a lot of words, but if we can distill that down to Yu-Gi-Oh is all about using the cards you have, your Yu-Gi-Oh cards to reduce your opponent's life points to zero. There are monster spell and trap cards, and all of them do different things, and they affect your opponent in different ways. Um, and so I never thought Yu-Gi-Oh cheated at Duel Monsters. And I was like, oh, this man, he just good, and he got the heart of cards on his side. He got
Yeah,
God on his side, so he always gonna have what he need.
yeah.
Um, but then I saw like this reel, and I was like, hey, I was like, that's actually fucking true. Like this man be cheating like a motherfucker. Cause I'll read the rules for the game from the rules for first. Let's make the distinction that the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game that we play in real life is different from the card game Duel Monsters that they play on the show. So I'm going to read the rules for Duel Monsters on the show. Um,
Well, Demarcus, before you do that,
yeah.
actually go ahead because there's something that you do in your everyday life, which is very, very, very similar to this whole heart of the cards cheating phenomenon.
Okay, I'm interested
So,
to hear this.
so go
I'll
ahead and
entertain this foolishness.
read the rules of the show, right?
The rules for the game on the show, yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and read those because I don't think I know those.
Okay, so these are the rules that were used for the Japanese National Duel Monsters Championship episodes and the Duelist Kingdom episodes. So the Duelist Kingdoms when they went to Pegasus Island and did all that. Um, so in this version of the game, these are like the second set of rules. The first set of rules, there are only monster and spell cards. But in this second set of rules, there are equip, trap, illusion, virus, and trap spell cards. Um, Monsters were divided into monster and magic user cards. Um, Monster cards have distinct elements. There are land-based monsters, sea-based monsters, sky-based monsters. There's field cards, and monsters receive different bonuses from the field. Monsters can be played in like attack mode, defense mode, which is all basic stuff. Um, Monsters can be fused using the card polymerization. And the fused monsters are still in play after the fusion. And there are ritual spell cards, but other than that, same basic rules. Use your cards to reduce the life points of your opponent to zero. So if you watch the show and if you ever played if you watch the show and watch them play Duel Monsters, and if you ever played the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game in life, the one big difference between those cards is that every card in real life has a description on it. Like they have the attack power, the defense power, and exactly what that card can do. On the show, them cards don't say nothing. They just got attack power and defense power. So if it's an effect spell, if it's in the spell cards, it just got a picture on it. And so you can pretty much make up whatever the hell you want that card to do in the show. And that's what you used to do. So y'all can make the determination about whether or not he was actually cheating. But if the card don't say nothing, you know, is he really cheating? Is he really making it up?
So let me just ask this before I make that determination. Which came
Mm-hmm.
first, the card games or the TV show?
The manga.
Oh,
The
so the manga, the TV show, and the card games. That's the order.
manga. Maybe the manga, I think that sounds right. That feels right. That feels so yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was originally released in Shonen Jump in 1996. Uh, that was also published in Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto at the time. Yu-Gi-Oh was a horror manga at first.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yep, yep. We'll get into that in a second. Because I want to find an example of like the difference between a real card and a card in the game. But Jared, what do I do?
All right. DeMarcus, so what you do that's really similar to Yu-Gi-Oh's cheating, saying the heart of the cards phenomena is when we play Dungeons and Dragons, you always prefer to roll actual dice because you have to feel because this is you and this is recorded. This is
I mean,
recorded. No. Let me
I'm
talk.
waiting
Let me
for.
talk.
I'm
Let me
letting you
talk.
talk. I'm
Let
letting you
me
talk.
talk.
I'm
Let me
waiting for the
talk. Let
correlation
me talk.
between this Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and these video
Okay,
games.
okay. Let me talk. Let me talk. Because um you always have to feel the soul of the dice, the heart of the dice. And you actually said to Fair online, it is recorded. Don't you watch Yu-Gi-Oh? It's the same thing. It's the same thing as Yu-Gi-Oh cheating with this card battles and the Marcus cheating with this dice. He always was cheating with the dice. I knew those roles were not possible or plausible. He be cheating, and those stacks are not possible. So that's why when me, Fair, and everybody else was rolling for real, Marcus would sit up there and he would just be, oh, this is the role that nobody can see in the that's playing the game. This is the role that I'm just gonna make out the side of my head. Like I'll be listening on the microphone. There ain't no dice rolls on happening on the table. It's just silence. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh cheats. If Yu-Gi-Oh cheats at this card game, making stuff up, then the Marcus, you a cheater too. Because you did the same thing and you actually said that the reason for your cheating was Yu-Gi-Oh. Case closed.
Jared, if you wanted to see the dice rolls, all you had to do was say, "Hey, Demarcus, let me see those dice rolls."
DeMarcus,
I
you could
This is
turn
nothing.
DeMarcus. I
That
could
is
see the
nothing
dice rolls
like.
on the computer screen if you were doing it with us, but you
That
could
is
actually
nothing
turn the
like.
dice to the number that you wanted.
That is nothing like. Because the dice, whether I'm rolling the dice on the computer or rolling the dice in real life, the dice say the same thing. They have the same numbers on the dice.
So why couldn't you do it on the computer?
Because I want, like you just explained it. You just explained it. You know why?
No, no,
Because I
no,
want to
no.
feel the
Tell
dice in
tell
my
our
hand.
listeners why. Tell
I
our
want to,
listeners
I
why.
want to, I want to, I want to feel the dice in my hand. I want the dice to feel me, and I want to influence the roll by putting my
Yep.
energy into the dice.
Yeah. Yeah. The heart of the dice.
The
Right.
heart of the dice.
Okay.
And
Cheating. Cheating. Cheating.
it's more
Cheating.
of
Cheating. 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 Cheating.
and it's
Cheating.
more like the soul of the dice because every dice is different. And you gotta talk to the dice a certain way. Sometimes you got kinky dice that you gotta talk to them a little rough.
Okay. So if Yu-Gi-Oh was cheating, how is DeMarcus not cheating? That's my question. That that's my question right now. That's what I want to know. If Yu-Gi-Oh can cheat for doing this heart of the cards thing, how is the Marcus not a cheat for having the heart of the dice thing? That's all I want to know.
But Yu-Gi-Oh's not cheating because he has the heart of the cards. He's cheating because he's just making up rules on the spot for cards that don't have nothing on them, that don't say nothing on them.
But then you said at the beginning that Yu-Gi-Oh just pulls that randomly throughout the battle, Yu-Gi-Oh will pull a card and it invent rules. Just like how you be rolling these magical numbers and inventing these scenarios in Dungeons and Dragons. So I just want to
Jared,
know if
Jared,
Yu-Gi-Oh is a cheat, how is the
it sounds
Marcus
like
not a
you
cheat
be
when they
mad
doing the same thing?
that I be rolling hella good. The dice I roll in real life are the same dice I use when I play when I was playing D&D with my coworkers. The same dice that I used when I played D&D in Seattle. And these me and these dice have been through some shit together. We have a bond. And that's why when they know I'm in trouble, they start rolling their asses off. And it sounds like you mad. It sounds like
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
use
no,
your
I'm
dice that
not
often,
bad.
so they
I'm
don't like
confused
you.
at the lack of consistency. I'm confused at lack
It
of
sounds like
consistency. How
these are two different
Yu-Gi-Oh
games.
gets to live by this one set of rules, but the Marcus gets to live by this totally separate set of rules. The goalpost is moving for you, DeMarcus, but the
No, it's
goalpost for
not.
Yu-Gi-Oh is right here.
You're conflating arguments.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. It's the
You
same thing. It's the same exact thing.
you putting shit together like a third grader that's bad at math.
No, no.
5 and 8 is 20.
Yu-Gi-Oh keeps Dark Magician in his hand because they went through stuff together.
Yo, that card me in that man's sleeve.
You just said that you keep those thoughts because they went through Atlanta, they went through Seattle, they went through California with
I didn't play
you.
D&D in Atlanta, so I wouldn't.
Okay.
That's
Oh, I'm so sorry, but they went through all these many miles of traveling with you, and y'all been through some stuff together. Okay, I just
mm-hmm.
don't see how one is different from the other. I don't see it. I
And
don't see
and
it.
since you know that's not what this episode is about, I'm not going to explain it to you.
That's what this episode is about to me. This episode about to me is how can Yu-Gi-Oh cheat, but the Marcus can't cheat. So I need to know the difference between the Marcus cheating at Dungeons and Dragons and Yu-Gi-Oh cheating at Yu-Gi-Oh. What's it called? It's called Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh cheating at Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So you can go ahead and explain to
Because
me
I
how
don't make shit
Yu-Gi-Oh
up.
cheats.
The biggest difference is that I don't make things up. I read the dice as they fall.
But
You
but
don't
but you
believe.
but Yu-Gi-Oh does cheat.
You don't believe me, Jerry, and that's all. That's fine. That's all well and good. You need to call that out during the game, and we can settle that. This ain't the forum to debate whether you believe a roll or not. If
But
you
but
think
but
I'm
but
fudging
but Yu-Gi-Oh
rolls,
is
then
cheating.
call me out.
But Yu-Gi-Oh is cheating. The heart of the cards is always in Yu-Gi-Oh's favor, and the heart of the dice is always in your favor. That's what you're telling
No, I'm telling you, Yugi makes up rules to cards.
me. Okay. You don't.
I I've never made up a rule in my life.
Okay. And we can't prove that today. So
You can't prove it any day.
I mean, it we can't prove it. And you
All
did
right.
play Dungeons
Well,
and Dragons in
we
Atlanta
don't we
because
don't
we
end up a
played
bunch of
together.
time talking about whether I be cheating at Dungeons and Dragons or not.
Because
So,
we did play
but
Dungeons and Dragons
I
in
want to ask
Atlanta
you this,
because we
Jared. I
played
want to ask
together.
you this. Did you know that Yu-Gi-Oh was supposed to be more of like a horror, like serious anime at
I
first?
did not. I did
You
not.
did it?
Mm-mm.
Because there is a Yu-Gi-Oh series that aired in Japan before the version that we eventually saw in America, the one that we know and love, and it was like hella dark.
Oh, have you seen it?
I tried to find it before, and I think I did find it, and I just kept falling asleep on it. But it was like this was like years after I had stopped watching Yu-Gi-Oh,
Okay.
and it's called Yu-Gi-Oh First Series, I believe.
Okay.
Let me see.
So like what made it dark was like the cars coming to life.
But I think somebody dies in the first series. I think that's like one of the things that made it like super dark. And like Yu-Gi-Oh was like more of a dick.
Okay. I mean that sounds like the better show to me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe it's Yu-Gi-Oh season 0. Hmm. So apparently there's like a zombie attack. There's a at one point Kaiba forces Mokuba to play a game of Duels Monsters as punishment.
Oh no.
But yeah, so like Yu-Gi-Oh be fooling people. He like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it for some money, and then at the end of it, he be like, oh, ain't no money, nigga, and then throw him into the shadow realm.
Yu-Gi-Oh would do that?
Yugi did it. That's what they just talking about. He was dueling this dude for the
Wow.
money and making him climb this tower, and when he got to the top, Yugi just pushed him off.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the show I
Uh,
would want to see.
one of the people gets eaten by a tiger.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, another person dies. Kanakura dies. There's a gun in the game. Somebody pulls out a gun during a Duel Monsters game. Like I think like I've only
Dark
seen like, a little bit of
Magician in
Yu-Gi-Oh
one.
seasons. Somebody say I play Dark Magician. They say I play Glock 9. Nigga, what's in attack mode?
Yeah.
Turn the safety off.
In attack mode.
And there's a whole shootout. That's crazy. What I want to do some digging into like why there are so many like shootouts. Well, there are not a lot of shootouts in the anime, but like when there is, it's always like a big deal. They like in anime, like when there's a shootout, like that's like the worst thing that could happen, or when somebody starts shooting.
Hmm.
Um, excuse me. Yeah, like this. There's also like a little bit of date rape in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season Zero.
What?
Somebody like chloroforms this girl and like drags her away.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, they definitely had to
they weren't going to play that in America.
yeah, they
I
had
don't
to
see
clean
why
that up
not though,
for
man. We see shooting every day on TV. So
I mean,
I
not
remember
for
in the
not for kids
early,
WB though.
I remember in the early days of the internet. Yeah, they wouldn't have been okay. Like Adult Swim could have got that one, could have picked that up.
Yeah, Adult Swim could have.
But in the early days of the internet, you could search a video of somebody getting their head cut off.
True, true.
Hmm.
Um, so tell me, is Yu-Gi-Oh cheating? Is it just him magically making up the rules to the card? Because the rules on the card are the same on the show and on the physical cards, right?
No,
Oh, they're not. Okay.
no. Like I was saying earlier, like on the show, most of the cards only say like the monster cards that have effects. It only says attack power, defense power, and then it's just orange, so you know that card has an effect.
But like,
And
but like the effects of that card are the same in
not
real
they're
life.
similar. They're
Oh.
similar. So like I looked up one. It's called Card of Sanctity, and
Hmm.
the Card of Sanctity says the real card says like draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand or something like that. Both players. Or no, the one on the show says draw cards until both players draw cards until both players have 6 cards. In the actual card, it says like both players throw away their entire hands and all the cards on the field, and then draw 2 cards.
Oh, wow.
So like sometimes, and I feel like the differences can be like slight like that, or they can be like super big. Like Pot of Greed is another one. They be like, oh, Pot of Greed is like draw 3 cards. But
Yeah.
I think that's what they do in the anime. It's like, oh, Pot of Greed lets me add 2 cards to my hand, or add 3 cards to my hand. In real life, Pot of Greed is like draw 3 cards, then get rid of 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So so Yu-Gi just put a card down and be like, yo, this is the pen of wishes, and when I say I win this duel, I win it.
Okay.
But the actual card, pen of wishes, might be like when you play the pen of wishes, pick up a pen and write your name down.
Good. So yeah,
But
I can
see,
see.
at the same time, though, when we say that, every other person in the show is doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was say. That's what I say.
So is he really cheating, or is he just playing the game better? Is he just making up better rules than everybody else?
Well, I know that like sometimes he'll play a card and he'll have one rules um uh on one show. Then the next episode it'll be like Kaiba play that same card, but then
Hmm.
he'll also play like a magic card to go with it. And it's like super duper souped up and like instead of him drawing 3 cards, he'll draw like 30 cards for a pot
Mm.
of gold. So
Right. So yeah, same. Um, but yeah, let's take a little break.
okay. All right. So You want to take a break? Be right back. All right, so we are back on Black Geek Energy. We're watching the questions. You can always send your questions in to Black Geek Energy on Instagram and TikTok. You can send them into BGE_pod on Twitter, or you can email us at blackgeekenergy@gmail.com. The markets.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. This question is from Julia. She is in Virginia. Julia starts out by saying all this stuff about how much she likes the show and blah, 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 blah. But then her question is, you are resurrected, like how in resurrection animes,
Mm-hmm.
but the god of BGE comes and asks you to set your own points, like in Dungeons and Dragons. So, charisma,
Mm-hmm.
wisdom, constitution, strength, intelligence, and did I miss one?
Strength, dexterity, constitution,
Dexterity.
intelligence, charisma, wisdom.
Okay. Um, what would they be? And I
Mm,
and I and I looked up. So like every stat you start at 8 points and you have 27 points, or you could cheat and roll.
Jared, what? All right. What was the just give me like the basic set of numbers because there's one way where they just give and there one way to set your stats where they just give you like an average set of numbers and you just set them.
Yeah, I
Give me the
guess.
numbers. Give me the numbers and I'll tell you where I put them.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like there's one way to build a character and they're just like, all right, here are your six numbers. You got 15, 12, 12,
Hmm.
10, 11, 10, 8, or something like that.
No, I didn't know that. All right, so the numbers are 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8.
15, 14,
Mm-hmm.
13, 12, 10, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Bless you.
Thank you. All right. So I'm doing my character build. It's strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. I'm gonna put think I'm gonna put that 14 in constitution. Maybe I'll put that 13. 13 in constitution. I'll put the 12 in strength, the mm, I want to say the 14 in charisma, 15 in mm, 15 in intelligence, 10 in wisdom, and 8 in dexterity.
Why 8 in
I
dexterity?
think I think because I'm not flexible.
So wouldn't you want to be flexible in your next life?
Mm, okay, let me redo it. Let me redo it then. Let me redo it. What would I change? I think I'll keep the charisma the same. I'll put the 15 in constitution. I'll put that Ooh, almost sneezed again. I put a 13 in strength, the 12 in dexterity, and I got an 8 and a 10 left, right?
Hmm.
Um, a 10 in intelligence, 8 in wisdom, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so
I can learn.
strength, strength
I'll
13.
experience will make me more wise, but this is a good place to start.
Well, experience can make you strong too. Like you could actually go work out and stuff.
Yeah,
But what about
but I
charisma?
think
What was your charisma score?
14. I'll keep the 14 in charisma because I want to be personable. I'm personable now, and I want to continue to be personable. I enjoy that about myself.
Well, 14 is also how attractive you are.
Hmm. I didn't think about it that way. I thought about it more as like, here's how you interact with people.
Yeah, it's like how much people will interact with people, well, you and you know how attractive you are.
Hmm. Okay.
All right, so okay, if I were to do this, knowing that all things considered, um, charisma would be my highest with
Hmm.
um, and I am doing the point by the way.
Hmm.
So charisma is my highest with 17.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and then my next few constitution, well, actually not. Well, okay. Well, okay. Yeah. Constitution, wisdom, intelligence, and dex are all on the same, which is 12. And then strength is a 10.
Hmm. So we'll go through them all again.
Actually, I'm gonna make strength at 8 and I'm gonna do two more wisdom. Okay, so strength is 8, constitution, um, intelligence and dexterity is a 12. Wisdom
Wait,
is
wait.
a,
Strength is 8, dexterity, constitution, and intelligence are all 12s.
yeah.
All right.
Wisdom is 14 and charisma is 17.
I'm surprised you don't have your intelligence higher because you always want to be like a spellcaster. I would think you want to like access that magic.
So charisma is the spell casting thing for sorcerers, bards, paladins, and everything. But they said that we are resurrected back into the real world. So,
Mhm.
with that being said, it's not a guarantee that there's magic in this world. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that would be mine. Now, you have a very low wisdom score. You don't like being smart and intelligent score,
I mean, I feel like I have an average intelligence score, which is fine. Intelligent enough. Um, and then wisdom, like I said, like I will grow in wisdom through experience.
mm. but you want to be strong.
Yeah, I think like because my constitution is highest, I have like the fortitude to withstand my um my lesser wise choices.
With strength. Like, is there any time in your life where you had to use your strength to overcome a choice, like fighting a bear or something?
Yes.
Okay.
I
It,
feel like in a lot of situations, if you're just like stronger, like I think everybody has their own abilities in real life, right? And you can use your different abilities in different situations. Now,
Mhm.
that being said, if you're at a debate meet, being strong might not necessarily be of direct help to you,
Uh,
but you might maybe you can find a way to use your strength at that debate meet to tilt things in your direction. Like if you like start flipping shit, you know, maybe that'll help you win it. Who knows?
Okay. So in this past week, where have you had to use your strength?
Um, Last night I had to carry my ex
Oh my
back to the
God.
car because she was tired of walking in her heels.
Okay. Great. And you have a 15 constitution. Can't
Pretty
get any
hardy.
kind of, so you just want to be able to like drink stuff and not get sick.
Say what?
So you just want to like drink stuff and not get sick, basically.
Drink and eat. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Want to be able to drink and eat things and not have to worry about nothing.
Cool. I guess that would come in
Mhm.
handy when you're like driving. Okay, cool. Thanks for the question.
Yeah.
Send
Yeah.
us more questions like that.
Because and you said well, how would I want to be in the next world? It's like I think I have like a lot of the like mental abilities in this world. So I
No,
want to see what it's like
no,
to be on the other
no, no,
side.
no, no, no. She said you're resurrected into this world.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like even in this life, I have I feel like my mental ability scores are high. I feel like I have a high intelligence, high wisdom, high charisma.
Well, eight in wisdom is a negative.
I'm talking about in this world, in the
Okay,
real world, in the life we are living now.
okay. So if you had to do it again, you would want a lower wisdom and intelligence
I want higher physical stats. Yes.
because having physical stats in your life now have been a detriment to you. I mean, because your
Um,
physical stats in life now have been a detriment to you.
no, because I've seen what it's like to be on this side. I would like to see what it's like on the other side.
Okay, okay, makes sense. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. Um, Lots of questions, but we're not going to get into that. um, yeah. Uh,
That was
okay.
a good question,
Yeah, it was a good question.
girl.
It was a good question. I have a lot of follow-up questions, but we can maybe get into that next week. I'm gonna keep this list and we're gonna talk about
Hmm.
this next time. DeMarcus, you want to do the six brown chicks question?
I'm down. Yeah, let's do it.
Do you want one about being a mouthpiece of God, um, a a friend, no, a boyfriend who has a weird kink, or a wedding, a wedding that a wedding friend that someone met at a wedding. Weird kink,
Mm,
mouthpiece of God,
let's
or
let's
wedding date.
let's see this boyfriend with a weird kink. Because
Okay.
what is a weird kink?
All right, weird kink. Here we go. Six brown chicks. Can a woman without friends be trusted? If I'm honest, my kink is meeting a woman with a tight circle of friends and effing them one by one. It turns me on to see the woman struggle to remain friends with my girl after they've sat on my face. The changing group dynamic is intoxicating for me. The final act is a teary eyed woman calling me names but still choosing me over her lifelong friends. And once she chooses me, I leave. The cycle of treachery is complete. My current girl doesn't have friends, or she's hiding them from me. Who am I supposed to creep with? She says she doesn't trust anybody and she's always doing things alone, like movies, traveling, and etc. She's at peace. I want to complicate her life a little. I want to complicate her life, and there's a little devil emoji a little. Should I aim for her mom? We're Facebook friends, and her mom's divorced.
I thought that this was going to be something like I want to I don't know. I want to like lay over a table with a hole cut in it and she sits up under it and milks me. Um I thought this was going to be a weird kink like that or like a milking kink or like Maybe he likes to be tied up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he wants to be pegged or something. I thought this was going to be like,
Hmm.
I thought it was going to be funny, but within reason.
Hmm. And what
Whatever
did you
this man
get?
is trying to do is completely unfucking reasonable.
Okay.
But I do understand.
Oh wow.
I don't understand the like. I want to like ruin her life bit, but I do understand the thrill of like going after or like not going after, but like if your homegirl, if your girlfriend's friends want to like fuck you. I understand the power that courses through your veins in that moment when you realize it.
Okay.
Yeah. Um. Whew.
You understanding this person is very. You
I
you
I
you
understand.
aren't doing
I understand
anything with
how
the
hot that is
misogynistic
because it's like
allegations.
it's like that forbidden love. You know what I'm saying? It's like yo, it's like that we ain't supposed to be doing this. Like I can't do this.
They didn't mention nothing about love in this statement.
So but yeah, man, he needs to break up with this woman. Like, obviously, she ain't his type because she ain't got no friends. And I think he needs therapy, man. Like, that is like distinct and deliberate diabolical behavior.
Mhm. That you understand.
No, I don't understand. I don't understand him. I just understand the thrill of it when your homegirl friends be like, "Ooh, your man fine."
I mean, but you have felt the same way that he feels.
I don't be trying to ruin folks' lives. No, not at all. Not at all. But I have been in a situation where it's like, oh, I ain't supposed to be doing this. Like, talking to your homegirl. Like, we gotta
Did you do it?
stop. Hey, I used to be a very different man than the one you
Okay.
know today.
So you do know how he feels.
I don't be like I said, I wasn't trying to ruin her life.
You weren't trying to do it, but that's what
Because
happened.
you messing around with me, you never found out. You
Okay.
never found out. That was
But
that was the hitch to the deal. It's like, hey, look, if this happened, your homegirl can't find out ever.
okay.
So if you feel like you ain't gonna be able to keep your mouth shut later, it happened.
Okay. So you do know how he feels. You just didn't take it all the way to being diabolical in both of their faces. Or
I
did you?
know the thrill that comes with the we not supposed to be doing this.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah,
But I
you
think a lot of people do. I think there's a
ooh,
time in all of our lives where Jared, I know you do.
have I ever done something? I don't
I
think
know you
I've
done
done
been
something with some
I know
friends.
you done been face to face with a dick and you be like, I'm not supposed to be doing this.
That situation, yes, but I haven't done something that would ruin friendships.
But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the I'm not supposed to be doing this. And
No,
then
because you said that you know how it feels when a girl is like, "Oh, he's cute," and that you want to, you do something, but it's like, don't let your friend know.
yeah,
Okay, I've never done anything like that.
I think that just falls under the umbrella of we not supposed to be doing this.
No,
It
that's a
does. It
different layer
does.
of the umbrella.
Say again.
Okay, I have that's a different layer. I have done stuff that we aren't supposed to be doing this. I
Hmm.
have not been in the situation where I could potentially ruin friendships. You have. You did it.
Jared,
You
Jared, stop lying.
did it.
Jared, Jared, stop lying to me because I know more than you think.
So, okay, Demar, if you know something that I'm not saying, then go ahead and say it right now.
I'm not. I ain't finna put you out on this podcast like that. This ain't that podcast. This is
Please
not the
do. If,
relationship
if it's
podcast.
that bad, I'll edit it out.
Nope.
Okay. Well, if
Nope.
you're not gonna do it, then
I'm a better friend than
it
you,
can't
Jared, and I
happen.
wouldn't do you that way. I'm a
All
better
I'm
friend than you.
saying is that you understand what he's saying because you have been diabolical, even if the both parties did, even if the goal was to not let both parties know, and his goal is to let both parties know, you have been the same type of diabolical, and I haven't.
I wouldn't say it's the exact same. And
It is.
Jerry, you love to throw stones from your glass house, bro.
Again, I'm asking you to tell me if I have been in this situation, let me
You know your life.
know.
Jerry. You know
Okay.
your life.
I don't know this. I do not know this.
You know your life.
Okay. Okay. I don't know this, but okay.
Mm-mm-mm. You got
Uh
another question?
no, let me answer it then.
Yeah, he. Oh well, I wouldn't. I guess I wouldn't know my answer. Yeah, he need to break up with this girl and just like figure out some like yeah, break up with this girl and get therapy. I guess that's my answer because this ain't it, bro. Like you ruining people. Like these people are gonna have like trauma
Yeah.
for a while because of this shit that you pulling.
Same thing. I think that his energy needs to be put elsewhere. Um,
Hmm.
he's doing this diabolical stuff and he gets a kink out of it, but he's not getting the money from it. And he is really,
It's not about the money.
but it should be. It should be. He should be
What
able
money is
to,
there involved in this?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's a kink that he wants. So something where he is like, it has to be something with the government where he is like toppling governments or doing something or something in business where like mergers and he's ruining hundreds of people's lives at once. Like he has something here that he needs to focus in on. And he needs to stop ruining these people's lives for a little bit of pleasure. And he needs to start ruining a whole bunch of people's lives for a whole bunch of money.
Oh, so the what he's this whole being diabolical bit, he need to take it to the government and get paid for it, is what you're saying.
Exactly. It's like he needs to take it to the government and get paid for it, or Sony or P&G or one of those big companies, and he needs to get paid for this. Because why is he doing this on this level? I'm stalking Facebook to see if somebody has a mother or not, instead of getting paid for this. And I don't know exactly what
He
he
stalked
can
Facebook
do.
to see if she had him on. He was just like, oh, me and her mom are friends on Facebook. So
Yeah, and she was like, no, he asked, should I do something with the mom?
no, absolutely. I feel like that's worse.
I mean, it is
I feel like that's
worse.
so many times worse.
But the fact that he would, you need to go ahead and get money for this talent that he has.
Because if I look at it from the other side, if a girl did something with my dad, I'm definitely not talking to her no more. But I'm gonna leave her to my dad, and I know my dad gonna dog her.
What do you mean by dogger?
Like he's just gonna play with her feelings.
But what if they're really in love?
Hmm?
What if they're in love? Would you be
That's not
upset if
gonna
they were?
happen. I can't see my dad falling in love with a girl I used to date, especially if he started smashing her while I was still with her.
Okay.
Because as much of it like because I've actually heard that story like a lot as like the get back that girls get. It's like, oh, I found out you was cheating on me, I fucked your dad. And it's like, cool. Um, but like it that makes you're a certain type of person now.
Mhm.
And once you tell someone that story, they're like, oh, this is the kind of person that I'm never gonna trust. So, you know,
But that doesn't make them a hoe because you said it was a get back. So both of
what is
y'all are kind of.
get back versus hoe? Well, I didn't say nothing about a hoe. I just said get back.
I mean, but you're labeling this woman to be like a lower class woman. What?
Because your get back is fuck. We just said it would be wrong of this man to fuck this woman's dad. Why is it all of a sudden not wrong for a girl to fuck a guy's dad?
I mean, it is wrong depending on the circumstance. If the circumstances
No, there's no depending on the circumstance.
if the circumstances aren't equal, then it's the same. But you said in your example that it was a get back. So what was the prevailing circumstance that make it a get back that you did to this woman?
Ain't nobody ever I talked to ever fucked my dad. So this is
No.
hypothetical. I
Okay.
don't know what you're getting all out your britches for, but I'm gonna need you to pull them
Because
back
it's
up.
always a man's problem. A man with and corrupted some beautiful young woman into doing.
Women corrupt men all the time.
I don't
And
believe that at
I would
all.
say just as often and probably
No,
earlier in their dating careers, most men are get dogged out or played by some woman.
I don't believe
And you
that at
know
all.
what?
Not in a patriarchal society.
It's probably not even the woman being diabolical or like real like evil about it. It's just that she's being honest about where she is and it really hurts the dude's feelings. And
Exactly. Really hurts the dude's feelings
he
because
makes her a bad guy. It doesn't make her
because
a person, but you know what I'm saying?
you said that makes her the bad guy, that a man is
I say
possessive over a woman.
he makes her the bad guy in his head.
Oh, oh, and she is not.
It doesn't make
But
her
what
a person. It doesn't make her a bad one either, but definitely doesn't, you know.
did you say it doesn't make her a person?
I said it doesn't make her a good person,
Oh, okay.
nor does it make her a bad one.
I mean, men shouldn't be so possessive over women. That's the
Mm,
bottom
I
line.
don't think that's happening like when these hurts are happening. I think that happens after they've been hurt. I think after men have been hurt, that's when they be like, all right, this is my bitch. Don't nobody touch her. And she
Mm-mm.
better not touch nobody else.
No, I don't think that's reality at all. Take any
I think
domestic
so.
abuse case in America,
Mhm.
and it was always men have been far more possessive, and the
Take
women have
any
done
like
nothing.
I feel like you always twist my arguments, Jared. Because I feel
Oh,
like if you
oh,
look at it, I feel like a lot of times when you look at these dudes who walk around just hurting women, they were hurt by a woman long before they even met the women
and
that
I
they
don't
hurt.
believe that at all. I don't believe that at
Okay,
all.
that's okay.
Men
That's okay.
are men
You never dated
are
women. So this is outside of your wheelhouse.
DeMarcus, I don't have to be a straight person to understand the pain that a woman goes through on all these things. Like I choose to believe
But
women.
apparently being a man doesn't help you understand the pain that men go through.
It does.
It
But
does.
being a human
You
being, I
quick to
understand
jump
what
on a woman.
women go through. I understand what women go through as well.
You quick to jump on women's side every time, no matter what
Exactly.
it is,
I am. I choose
no
to
matter
believe
what it
women
is.
in everything.
So
I
believe
choose
that
to
they
believe
are
women.
diabolical when they tell you that.
Okay.
Believe that they are diabolical when they be like, I fucked that nigga's dad.
Okay. And if she told me that, I would believe her. But then on the majority of times, they aren't saying that they did something to somebody's father. They are saying that the man did something to them. And if the man does something to you first, you have the right to go out and do something to that man's father.
No, Jared, not at all. Not at all.
All right.
Because that would be like if you dated a dude and then y'all didn't work out and he was like, bet, I'm gonna go fuck your mom.
I mean, if we didn't work out and if we split amicably, then that would be upsetting.
Now,
But if I
you
did something
be
horrible
you
to
could be
him,
here saying, "Oh, we split amicably," and he'll be like, "Nah, that shit wasn't amicable at all. Fuck him. I'm fucking his mom, and I'm getting him pregnant. Now I'm his stepdaddy, and it's
DeMarcus,
okay. He has the right to go fuck your mom because his feelings are hurt.
no,
Isn't that
no,
what you're
DeMar,
saying?
no, no, it's not.
Okay. I think
No,
it's
it's
an
not.
argument for a different episode. We got
Yeah,
to wrap.
and we will argue. We will
We got to
argue.
wrap it
And
up.
I have the last words today.
We got to wrap it up.
I got the last words
Oh, you got
today.
the last word, please. By
Yes.
all means. By all means.
Um, Today we discussed a lot of things. For instance, Yu-Gi-Oh! Um, cheating at Duel Monsters. And my takeaway is DeMarcus has been cheating at Dungeons and Dragons for the past 10 years of his life. He cheated when we were in
I've
Atlanta
been playing
playing.
Dungeons and
He
Dragons for 10
cheated. No, no, no. I got the last words. I
years.
got the last words.
Here's the last
I
word.
got the last words. He cheated in Atlanta. He cheated in Seattle.
I
He
played
cheated
Dungeons
in.
in Atlanta. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
we played together.
In Atlanta? Oh, we sure did. We
See? See?
did.
The harder the dice made you
Actually,
forget. The harder dice
actually,
made you forget.
we was in what, Woodstock?
Okay, well, Georgia. He cheated in Seattle. He cheated in
Wait a minute, we
California.
was
He
all
cheated
rolling
all
in
across the
person
nation.
in Woodstock. Everybody was rolling real dice. So what are you talking about? I feel like that doesn't count.
No, 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 no. I rolled real dice, but I also used the computer dice. because I had those other roles. I rolled the computer dice a lot because I didn't like that math. So don't say that to me.
There it goes, everybody. That's the last word. Jared is bad at math. That's why he doesn't like to roll real dice.
Yeah, I'm
Once you get
horrible at
above
math.
2d6, he ain't trying to do it no
All right,
more.
all right. So the in conclusion, DeMarcus has been cheating at Dungeons and Dragons because he wants the heart of the cards because Yu-Gi-Oh cheats at Yu-Gi-Oh with the heart of the cards. And we've also discovered that DeMarcus is horrible to these women. He said that it was in his younger state, but he is consistently, the pattern is there. He consistently, that's why he wants a 13 strength and a 15 constitution. He can always lord himself over these lovely, fragile, and very impressionable women and lord himself over them with his 14 charisma and not and expect nothing from it, and except for possessing these women before they are before he even knows their favorite color. So yes, I just want y'all to see the pattern, see the signs that I'm seeing of this diabolical, horrible, horrible person that we've come to love as DeMarcus. And I hope that you also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Black Geek Energy, that you follow us on Twitter at BG_pod, that you email us at blackgeekenergy@gmail.com. Also, leave us some reviews and some stars and some thumbs up on our iTunes, on our Spotify, and also on YouTube. DeMarcus, we're doing really big on YouTube right now. So
I saw them numbers. Them joints was up.
yeah. So go to YouTube and like our stuff and comment under our stuff. And we will see you next week on Jared and DeMarcus discuss Black Geek Energy. Bye.
BGE out. And the show is called Black Geek Energy, not Jared and DeMarcus discuss Black Geek. No, see, you always switching shit up. This is what I was saying in the beginning.
Oh my God.
What's happening, my fellow geeks out there? It's a new year. Welcome to 2024. New me, or the same you. However you want to play it this year. I am here to tell y'all that I am in a much better space mentally, and a lot of that is due to getting, I'm not going to say the help I need, but having someone to talk to objectively, like that third party who's just there to give you advice and not really trying to put their own judgment on you, and also like kind of helping you, think through some of your thoughts. Maybe you're an external processor, maybe not. But you can do all of these things with BetterHelp.com. So you can be in the same place I am. You can be in a better place than I am. You can improve the way you think and the way you approach situations just by having someone to talk to about it that is not there to judge you, that is available at the send of a text, that you can switch them out if it's not working. If they're not giving you the advice you need, you can just say, hey, BetterHelp, give me someone else, and they'll find you someone else to partner with. Tell you it's an amazing service. And if you tell them we sent you, you're going to get a discount. Because why would we tell you to go if we're not going to hook you up? So go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod and tell them DeMarcus sent you.